And good afternoon. Welcome to Life Unrehearsed. I'm Matt Delvecchio, specializing in home care, downsizing, and the senior living industry. Thank you for tuning in. Coming up on the first half of the show, we're going to be diving into an organization that is raising awareness about mental health resources in Montreal. Paradis Urbain will be talking all about their upcoming fashion show Upbeat, which will highlight local talent while raising money for a worthy cause. And following that, your must-have documents at home in case of an emergency, including a 911 envelope. We're going to hear all about that. And on the second half of today's show, in honor of Parkinson's Awareness Month, learn all about the condition and progress being made with Parkinson's disease. I'm going to be talking to the president and CEO of Parkinson's Canada. And wrapping up the show today, I'm going to be discussing the concerning amount of closures of seniors' residences, also known as RPAs, and some encouraging financial support that has recently been announced by the government to assist these RPAs and the people living in them. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Hey, listen, are there any dog owners out there? So how many owners had their dogs jump into bed with you at about 4 a.m. this morning with that lightning and thunder show? Oh, boy. We had Zola, our 120-pound Great Dane. She did her Superman plunge on top of us at 4 a.m. in the morning. That was a nice welcome call. Poor thing was shaking like a leaf, and talked to some of my dog owner friends. Yeah, it was a little rough for them, so a little bleary-eyed for some of us dog owners today. All right. There are many local organizations raising awareness on mental health resources in Montreal, and one of those nonprofits is Paradis Urbain. The group has a community center called the Clubhouse for Adults, or Uphouse, whose day-to-day life is impacted by mental health challenges. It even follows an award-winning model of psychosocial rehabilitation, and 10 years ago, Paradis Urbain started the Au Contraire Film Festival, and this year they're putting on a fashion show experience called Upbeat on May 9th. And joining us today to speak about the organization and the upcoming event is Devon Reid. Devon's the Senior Director of Paradis Urbain. Devon, welcome to Life Unrehearsed.
Thanks a lot, Matt. It's great to be here.
Well, thank you for joining me. We're trying to get the word out, Devon, on such a great cause. But so for our listeners, Devon, can you tell us a little bit more about Paradis Urbain and your mission?
Yeah, sure. Paradis Urbain, like you said, was created about 13 years ago by Philip and Barbara Silverberg, and they went about looking for a model that they could create for people with long-term mental illness. So what they found was the Clubhouse model, and they started Uphouse. And basically, Paradis Urbain, we're the governing organization for Uphouse, and we give unwavering support for Uphouse, which is a place in Montreal on Rue Namur for people impacted with long-term mental health challenges.
Right, and you're such a great cause here, and maybe just a little bit more of an explanation of Uphouse. So it's a physical location, and founded from the support of Paradis Urbain. And for what I understand, if do you need to make appointments there? I know there's a doctor shortage. We talk a lot about that on Life Unrehearsed, and so how does it work to maybe find out a little bit more information about it?
Well, I think it's really important to talk about the Clubhouse model itself. So, the model is globally recognized and its approach to psychosocial rehabilitation. And what we like to say is community is therapy, basically. So it's a place where members and staff work side by side each day. And if a person wants to become a member, what they can do is they can either call or make an appointment. They come in and they give a tour, basically. We give them a tour of Uphouse with staff and with other members. They're welcome to come back a second time before they decide they'd really like to be a member of Uphouse. So it's really open to people who are looking at long-term mental health conditions that really have affected their lives. And we create a restorative community together so they can restore their sense of self, their sense of value, and work together.
Listening to Life Unrehearsed, Matt Delvecchio here, and talking with Devon Reid about Paradis Urbain and Uphouse and their upcoming Upbeat fashion show. We're going to hear a little bit more about that. Now, Devon, as you mentioned, Clubhouse, you, I believe, are the only one in Quebec, but this is a worldwide phenomenon, isn't it?
Sure. There's about 350 clubhouses worldwide. The first clubhouse was Fountain House in New York, and it started in the 1940s. And what that means is that we actually have a lot of research done on clubhouses throughout the world. and its model and how effective it is for people with long-term mental health conditions. It's incredible, and it works.
And the clubhouse is known as Up House here in Montreal, correct?
Yeah, or La Maison Up, if we're speaking in French. Yeah.
All right, very good. So, it comes with some fundraising, and there's a lot of it. And one of them is this, what we're calling, or what you're calling, the Upbeat Fashion Show. It's coming on May 9th. Can you tell us a little bit about the fashion show?
Yeah, sure. It's our second event, and like you said in your introduction, we've been doing the Au Contraire Film Festival for about, 11 years, and the Upbeat Fashion Show is something that's going to, I think, really what we wanted to do is raise awareness among a younger demographic about mental health and also about Up House. I mean, we serve adults, but they're all 18 plus in terms of adults. And we wanted to create an event that isn't your typical gala, your typical fundraising event. It's really a fashion performance in 3 parts. You come in, there's some drinks, mocktails or cocktails. There is an interactive 360 VR film experience. And then at about 7 o'clock, there's a fashion performance. And this fashion performance is split into 3 parts, which sort of embody the values at Up House, which is hope, love, and community. It's curated by Sophie Lanza, long-term fashion stylist in Montreal, and music by Christiane Pronovo. So it's just going to be fun, actually. It's going to be amazing, fun event highlighting Montreal designers. There's about 17 designers. You'll see skaters from Spin, from Camp, and 21 volunteer models, as well as professional models. They were sponsored by Montage in Montreal. So the goal, is to really raise important funds for Up House and also to have fun, to instill hope, because mental health and long-term mental health conditions are affecting everyone, actually, in Canada and in Quebec.
Certainly, yes, absolutely. And we've addressed mental health many times in Life on Rehearse. Just love this fashion show concept. It's different, it's unique. And like you mentioned, just there's a lot of even volunteer models, like you're saying, correct?
We had an incredible casting at Up House. So basically, we did a call out for volunteer models. People came in, and most of them were accepted. We couldn't accept everyone, unfortunately. All sizes, all ages, whatever. Everybody was invited to be in the show. So we're just super happy with the volunteers. And also our volunteer committee is absolutely incredible.
Certainly is. Listening to Life on Rehearse. Devon Reid here with Paradis Urbain talking about Up House and their upcoming fashion show. We're quickly running out of time, Devon, but the bigger topic of raising money for mental health is so important. Fits right in with what your philosophy is at Paradis Urbain. And can you maybe just elaborate a little bit more on the importance of raising money for mental health?
Yeah, I think it's very, very important to raise money because right now, 1 in 5 Quebecers will be faced with mental illness, basically. There's an economic cost to that. We have a healthcare system which excludes most mental health services. There's more and more people since COVID actually who need the services. And there's more isolation, basically, also. In a place like Up House, what it does is it breaks down the barriers, it brings people together and that helps them. It shows that peer-to-peer support gives comfort, it gives purpose, and it gives community, and it restores people's dignity.
Yeah.
So that's why we need to raise money for mental health right now and mental health services because we just don't have enough of them.
Right.
And the need really is increasing.
Yeah. And, going into it, no judgment and, open concept. And it's so good. Now, listen, where can our listeners find out a little bit more about the fashion show and about Up House?
Yeah, we'd love for you to purchase tickets. There's still tickets available, so they're going fast. And that's at www.paradis-urbain.org. And then under Événements, you will find out more about Upbeat. You can purchase tickets. You can donate.
Great.
And then also, if you want to know more about Up House, that's uphouse.org, uphouse.org, and you can find the contact information, phone number, or email. And we really welcome people to get in touch with us, family members or people suffering from long-term mental health conditions, and they can come visit us.
Well, Devon, I want to thank you very much for taking a little time here on a Sunday. Really appreciate it.
I really appreciate you offering this time for us.
All
It's
right,
amazing.
Devon Reid,
Thank you.
Senior Director of Paradis Urbain.